Hello, Vanagon. Ah, yes, I see line things happening. Alright, if you guys can hear me, definitely let me know in the comments and stuff. I started it. I don't know why the mic was not set up right, but whatever. And there's nobody on here right now, but when you get them on, welcome to Vanagon live stream. I am your host, Ken Wilford. This is my co-host, that lady over there, my daughter. And we are having an amazing show for you this week with all kinds of amazing things that we're going to talk about. And then we want to have your input as to your burning Vanagon questions as well. So, you know, whenever you get online, you just go to the thing and say hi to us and let us know that you're out there. If you have any questions, let us know. That kind of thing, and we will try to answer the questions as much as possible. So I know it's weird, we're having our live stream on Monday at 1:40 p.m. our time. But to be honest with you, we have been super swamped with orders, super swamped with getting things done. And so Friday, by the end of the day, I'm like looking at the clock, 5 o'clock, boom, I'm out. Because I'm so tired and worn out and everything else. So, you know, we decided today, Monday is usually super busy for us for some weird reason. It's not being that way today. And so, hey, you know what? We decided to do our live stream. And we've been wanting to come on and talk about some new products that we got in. So we thought this would be a good time to do that. Alright, so let me start out talking about some Volkswagen licensed products that we just got in. I actually only got in one set of these licensed products. So if you're interested in it, I would really like to sell it as a set, because I bought it kind of as a set for someone who wanted to have a complete set of this stuff. And so, you know, I think I'd like to sell it that way. But we'll see. So what did we get? We wound up with a couple things. First thing we got, you guys are going to love this. Okay, this right here is like, it's kind of made out of the same stuff that you would make out a wetsuit out of.
Or like
right? Like neoprene stuff and things. Okay. It is a Blue Vanagon, like a passenger van. Okay. And it's really cool because of the detail on this thing. Okay. It has a license plate that says VWT3 bus on it. Okay. I thought that was kind of... Put that on there. It has this really cool tag that comes with it. That is basically a Vanagon from the front
and also
a Vanagon from the back. Yep. And then it talks about stuff inside, about what it is. Actually gives you a brief history of the Volkswagen van and bus. I'm like, wow, okay. And then, yeah, like Leah said, the pulls on this, I don't know if you can see them, but they are actually little miniature Vanagon...
Like the fronts.
Fronts, yep.
Yeah.
Like little medallions, and there's two of them on here. So, I mean, you know, if you're a Vanagon super person, like me, I mean, why wouldn't you want this? This could be your merce, this could be your man purse. When you go to the mall, you know, you just walk around with this thing, and he's like, hey, everybody, I'm totally not, you know what. Alright, but, you walk around with this. It's got, like, a thing on the top here that is like a netting, okay? Let's see, I'll unzip it. Yeah, and it's like a netting on the top. So you can put some items up in here. There is a hook here. Not sure. I guess you could do this with it. See?
Yeah.
You could hook it on the wall. So what this is supposed to be for, in case you haven't figured it out yet, it isn't a merce. Okay, sorry, y'all. You guys wanted a merce. I'm sorry, this is not a merce. If you don't know what a merce is, that's a man purse. It could also be a lady purse, I guess, if you wanted it to be. But it's not made for that. So what it's actually made for is, say you're going camping in your van, right? You want to put some of your toiletry things up in here, right? You want to put some more. There's more little nets right here for your toiletry things to be in, like your toothbrush and all your stuff and things. And then, you got your shampoo, conditioner, rinse, cream rinse, I don't know what else, body wash, your poofy things, all the essential manly items that you need, okay, is in this Vanagon. And then it's got this cool hook thing, so you can put like a little hook on your wall of your van, or you can go to the shower room, right? You hook the little hooky poo on top of where the shower head comes out, and you're ready to get cleaned up, okay? So we have these. I actually haven't put them on the website yet. They're not expensive, and I just think they're cool. Okay, I have about 6 of these that I bought. They actually say Volkswagen on this little handle right here. Okay, so it says that. Got the Volkswagen logo. It is officially licensed. Okay, so in other words, the Volkswagen police ain't gonna pull up and take me to jail. Okay, that's what that means. So fully licensed. This is not, pirated stuff and things. Like when you bought your wife that Gucci bag from, that guy on the side of the road. That's not. This is not this. This is real, authorized Gucci / Volkswagen. That actually has absolutely nothing to do with Gucci whatsoever. Alright, so that is the first thing. And I'm just being completely nuts because no one is on here to talk to me, so I have to entertain myself. The second group of items, so that's one item, okay? And I have like 6 of them. You want to buy them individually, that's cool. I think they would be cool for camping. The next item we got is actually this group of items that I bought, which is not exactly Vanagon themed, but it is Volkswagen authorized merch, and it also is bus themed. So the first one of these items is this multi-purpose mat, okay, aka beach blanket, okay, aka beach blanket, and they have a picture of it on the beach, okay. It has a picture of this bag. I don't think that comes with it. I haven't opened it for sure, but I'm pretty sure that all that's in here is just the mat. It is 145 cm by 145 cm. So, all the cms. Okay. Do we have any idea how big that is in inches? Because I don't really know anything about cms. I know what 10 millimeter is and 13 millimeter.
So wait, hold on. How many centimeters was it?
145 cm.
So that's 57.08 inches.
Whoa! That's pretty big, actually. So
yeah.
58 inches by 58 inches.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is your, base of your Volkswagen beach day. Okay. So this is your base. You put this down, and you're getting ready to have a fun Volkswagen bus themed day at the beach. Okay. Then the next thing you get out, you bust out. Oh, I just made it funny. Okay. You bust out, and I'm going to try to hold this up here, is, again, officially licensed, okay, Volkswagen bus little camper chair. Okay. Now, I have sat in this. That doesn't mean it's used. It's not used. I sat in it to test it out. I am 212.5 pounds. And it does not groan. It does not, fight me or anything like that. It is perfectly good.
What does the weight limit say on the tag?
Let me see. It says the weight limit is 220 pounds. Wow, I'm getting close to the limit. Alright, I need to go on that. Alright, but anyway, 220 pounds. I sat in it 212 and a half. And it seems fine, okay? It doesn't seem like it's straining. It has a little cup holder over here. I mean, it's basically like a camper chair you would buy, at the store, at Walmart or something, except the quality level of it is very good. It is Volkswagen licensed, so it has a Volkswagen logo down here. It says officially licensed product thing. It has some little cards that talks about it and how amazing it is, okay? But, mainly it is officially, it has a little hologram on that card there, because that is how the Volkswagen rolls. So this is a nice unit. I have 2 of these. So you put down your nice beach blanket. You whip out your 2 chairs for you and your +1. Okay. You and your +1. And then the final piece of the puzzle, and those come with a
carrier bag.
A carrier bag. And the final piece of the puzzle is this right here. This is the Volkswagen officially licensed beach tent. Okay, beach tent. Now, you say, Ken, I want you to put it together. No, I'm not doing that. It would be way too much trouble, okay, and aggravation. I mean, it'd probably take you a couple minutes to put together. I have one of these that's like a different, not a officially licensed one, but there's a picture of it here. It's not a full tent, okay. What it is a tent that you put together. It has a floor, it has a ceiling, and 3 walls, and you basically aim, the back wall of it towards the wind. Okay, and so when you're on the beach, it gives you a windbreak, and that's basically what it's for, and it gives you shade. Okay, so the specifications on this tent is that it is 210 centimeters wide, okay, by 120 centimeters tall.
So 210 is 82.6 inches.
Alright, 82.6 inches wide.
And then what was the other one?
140 centimeters, I think, tall.
140 tall, which is 55.1 inches.
I'm wrong. It's 120.
120?
Yeah.
Okay, so then hold on. 120. That's 47.2. So it's almost 4 feet tall.
Yeah.
By
it's about 4 foot tall by what, 80 something inches wide. So that's 6 foot ish. I mean, it's wide enough for these 2 chairs to be inside it, right? To be sitting inside it, and then you have either a sunshade or you have a wind block, or both. Okay, or both. So, this is how a super Volkswagen bus fan goes to the beach. Okay, he has his little Merce here that has all his beach toys and things inside. Or maybe you could even put your lunch in there, although it is not like a cooler or nothing like that. I think they do have coolers, but I did not get one. They have cooler bags. I should probably get one of them. And then you bust out your mat, your 2 chairs, your shade. You could also take this to a VW show. Because I've been to a lot of them, and one of the big things of them is having a shady place to sit. They get really, really hot. You're sitting there, you are sweating like a pig, and people are asking you all kinds of questions about their van and how to fix it, and you're like, I'm dying from heat stroke.
Yep.
So if you're sitting in this nice shade, at least while they're driving you insane with all of their questions, you're not dying of heat stroke. So there you go.
Yeah.
Problem created and also solved.
Simultaneously, yes.
So, do you need this tent, 2 chairs, and a beach mat? The answer to that is most likely no. Do you want this mat, 2 chairs, and a tent? Probably, on some level. Okay. Do you want it enough to buy it? That's another story. So I actually have to put it together as a group and put it on the website. I haven't did that yet, so I will do that. I'll put a link down in the description for if you want to go see how much it is. It's not going to be very much. It's not a lot. It's not expensive. Okay. And then the little blue bus Vanagon things. Also going to put that on there as well. It's not on there yet. We just got a whole bunch of shipments last week that were just coming and coming and coming and coming. And, I got most of the stuff put in the thing, but not everything. Okay, so we're working on it. Okay, we're working on it. So, alright, so if anybody has, I'm saying so a lot for some reason. If anybody has anything they want to talk about, or if they're in here, say hi in the chat. That's these items that we just got. Wanted to show you guys. I'm trying to think what else is news going on.
Window regulators.
Window regulators. Okay, yes, we did get some of the power window regulators that are $149.95. Okay, and they are an aftermarket version that comes with the motor for $149.95. So this is for, say, if you have power windows right now. Okay, you could replace it with this unit, $149.95, and that replaces the motor and the window regulator. Now, say that's what I need to do.
No, I don't know.
It doesn't usually do that to me.
All right.
Okay, it's back. All right, so anything else going on? Oh, I got this cool shirt that you guys are probably super jealous of. Let me show you this amazing shirt that I got. I know you all want one. So I was joking around about these shirts
last
live stream, and you know, I'm sure everyone here knows what this is. Okay, this is the Vanagon with the cylinder head took off, the Vanagon engine. This is a technical drawing from the Bentley manual that I don't know why, but you can buy these shirts on AliExpress with these weird technical drawings on them from the Bentley manual. They're very random. We joked about it a lot on the last stream. And you know, I decided to just go ahead and buy one. When I went to buy it, I saw that someone else bought one. So I'm wondering if there's another person out there that also has this super random Vanagon technical manual shirt thing picture. The thing I will say is that I bought this as an extra large, and it's not extra large. It is large. So if you buy yours, I would buy it one size bigger than what you expect. Okay, and then you might be happy. Like, I usually wear an extra large, and I bought it as extra large. When I got it, I think it's like a Chinese person extra large, which is like a American
medium.
Medium, probably.
An American.
So why I need to buy an extra large or something? I mean, I feel like I was thinking house or something. I had to buy this massive tent to wear. But you know, it is a little, not super tight, but it's on the tighter side or whatever you want to say.
A tiny bit snug.
Yeah, it's a little snuggy snug.
A little bit.
And
it's okay.
you know, I didn't do it like that on purpose, okay? This isn't like a hipster thing. This is just the way it came, alright? It's a little on the tight side. Anything like that. And, you know. But anyway, so my experience is your gain, okay? Yeah. I mean, I've been trying to do things on AliExpress, but... Alright, so we do actually have a question. Toad Ranger says, do you know of any ready solutions for adding headrest to my rear bench of my 88 Doka? And what can you snag for comfortable front seat upgrades? Well, some people really like, for the front seats, they really like those seats that are from a Chrysler minivan, right? The seats where the Stow and Go. And there's a lot of information on the Samba about the Stow and Go, you know, what you need and that kind of stuff. I'm pretty sure there's people that are making Stow and Go adapters. If I remember correctly, I think Small Car was one of those people. Let me go on Small Car. Let's see here, Stow and Go. Alright, let's see here. So basically what the Stow and Go seats are is that, you know, you know, yeah, here it is. I think they sell it, Small Car. And I'll bring it up here in a second. So, Stow and Go seats, they've been doing those for a while in these Chrysler minivans where the seats go down into the floor. Okay, and what can happen is that there are companies that make... Alright, so I'm gonna transition to the desktop. Okay, there we go. So, there's companies that make... that make the vans, the Chrysler minivans, into like a handicap van, okay, and that kind of thing. So what you want to do is, in your area, you look around for that company that makes handicap vans. Now, I think there's a place in Philly that makes them. There's places, different places, I think there's a place in Chattanooga, Chattanooga Customs. So if you can find a local shop that's making handicap vans, and then talk to them and say, hey, do you have any Stow and Go seats? Because the seats are really nice, and they actually are a lot of times get thrown away. Yeah, it's crazy. One of my people told me that they found a bunch of them in a dumpster behind one of these places. Alright, so this is small car. It's saying it's for a Vanagon and a bay window. It's $109.95. Okay, and this is a seat bracket adapter basically. And then it says that it's going to fit the earlier Stow and Go seats 2005 to 2007 except Pacifica. Okay, so this is like a Chrysler minivan. You would be looking for them, and then you would have to buy one or two of these, brackets. A lot of people, I think, are replacing just their driver's seat. They say it's a lot more comfortable, so that's one thing. Another thing about the rear seat headrest thing, I'm pretty sure Go Westy sells a kit for that. Let's see here. Let me just double check. I could have swore that they actually did sell a kit for that. Maybe I'm losing my mind. Yeah, I guess I'm completely losing my mind. Alright, let me check one other thing here while we're doing this. You're seeing my secrets. It's called Google search. But there was a company that was making, a headrest kit. Let's see here. Who is that? Alright, here's the kit. Yes, that's what I was seeing before. Bus Lab. Okay, so on Bus Lab, it says it's out of stock. Okay. But they are showing it. I could have swore this was a Go Westy product too, also. Bench seat headrest mounting kit. Okay, so if you got this kit, I would think that it would be able to be used on your Doka. I'm not a super Doka expert as far as exactly how the seats work in there, but I'm thinking that this just bolts. It looks like it just bolts to the back side of the seat, and then you might have to drill some holes and pop these two things in there, and then what you're doing is you got to get some headrests. Okay, so you got to come up with some headrests from the Samba or something, and you should be good to go. Alright, so hopefully that's answered your question. Let me transition back. Why? What the what? Alright, hold on. Alright, we're back. Okay, so I hope that answered your question on that. Anything is possible as long as you have enough money. That's my motto. Okay. So there you go, Toad Ranger. Now it's up to you to drop large amounts of ducats and make the dreams come true. So there you go. I'm trying to think anything else that's going on right now.
Some things that are out of stock or hard to get.
Things that are out of stock. Okay, things that are out of stock and hard to get. We still cannot get 2.1 engine bearings. If anybody knows of a source of them, let me know. I have people in Europe. They're saying they're going to get them, but let me buy these goodies for you. I mean, Toad Ranger, the best thing to do on these particular things, weird things, is just buy it from the people I just showed you, because it's not worth it for me to carry them. They're it's just such a hassle. So yeah, just buy the mounts from a small car. I would try to get the seat first though, just to be sure you got it available. And then the other part, like I said, it's weird, but I could have swore that was a kit from Go Westy. Maybe they stopped making it, but I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, so engine bearings for the 2.1, still can't get them. Been waiting all summer. My one supplier keeps saying they'll be available in 1 week. They said that the entire summer. The last time I checked, it said, oh, it'll be available in 2 weeks.
What does that mean? Next
year? Wow, okay, updates. And I mean, 1 week meant the whole entire summer, so apparently. So now 2 weeks? What is that, 2 summers? I don't know. Who knows? I am also some items that are hard to get. Rings, piston ring sets. Okay. I do have a possible line on some of them, but for some odd reason, it's like people aren't carrying them right now. And when I'm buying them, I'm usually buying Grant Rings, which is an American company, made in the USA, and yeah, I'm buying it from Europe. So they're buying it from over here, it's getting shipped over there, then I'm turning around buying it from there, bring it back here.
What kind of sense does that make?
It's really kind of crazy. I don't understand what's happening, but you got to do what you got to do. So another hot product or hot thing that's hard to get right this second is 2.1 Vanagon ECUs. Okay, 2.1 Vanagon ECUs. We don't have any on the shelf rebuilt, but it's mainly just because no one is sending back their cores. So if you have a 2.1, a Digifont Vanagon ECU, and you would like to sell it, and even if it is not working, I'd be willing to buy it as long as it's not broken inside or something, or underwater for 2 years or something like that. As long as it's decent shape, I will buy it. I will pay decently good money for it because I'm having a hard time. If you're one of those people that has my cores out there, please send the cores back. I mean, I don't know what else to do. I increased the price of the core to $200 to try to encourage people to send it back, and they're just still like, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna hold on to it.
It's not going to do you any good to hold on to it, though.
And I mean, I've bought probably 20 replacement ones this year so far, and I still have 0. Because when I buy them and then I get them rebuilt and I send them out, people don't send the cores back. And now on my ECUs, when when you buy them, it says, "I got 90 days to send this back." Listen, I don't care. Okay, if it's 90 days. 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years ago you bought this and you want to send it back, please send it back. I'll give you the money back for it. It's not a problem about time. Okay, it's just about getting them back. Okay, so 2-1. Oh, I do have another update. So Kyle, my engine wiring harness rebuilder dude, man, is getting better, and he's actually gonna start making harnesses. Yeah, so. Awesome. I talked to him. Yeah, I talked to him a couple of days ago. He said this week he thinks he's going to have some 1.9 harnesses done, and then hopefully maybe next week he can start on the 2.1. So Fiveable says better up your core fee. I mean, I talked to another guy this week about it. Matt Steedle. He is a transmission rebuilder dude and a really nice guy. He came by here and helped me out with a part that I needed, and he was telling me that he was talking to German Transaxle about their core situation. He said, they kept increasing their core charge and making it higher and higher and higher till they're like over $1,000 for a transmission core, and they're still not getting any back. No one is sending it back. So I think part of it is just like the fact that people want to hold on to it. They feel like, hey, I might not be able to get another one of these in the future or something. I want a spare thing. I don't know. I hate to keep making the core charge higher, but to be honest, just buying bad ones is getting expensive. I mean, I had a one on eBay I found, and I bought it. And the guy originally was asking $300 for it. But it said used condition. That's what it said, used condition. So I did an offer, okay, and it was less than $300. Let's just say that. And he accepted it. So he sent it to me, and I tried it out, and guess what? It doesn't work. Okay, it's dead on arrival. Now, because I got it for the lower price, I just told him, like, listen, you sold this. And if somebody else had bought it at the $300 price point, they would be super mad right now because it's not good. It's bad. Okay? But because I bought it at a cheaper price, a lower price than that, I'm not mad. I'm going to send it in and have it rebuilt. But I just wanted you to know what was going on. So he was like, okay, well, we're enthusiasts too, and we didn't mean to do this, and, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I'm not mad. I'm just letting you know that, don't sell ECU. If you're going to sell an ECU that's unknown and you don't have a way to test it, you need to let people know, right? Because when you say something says used, you're assuming it's good, right? It's good, but it wasn't good. It was bad. Yeah, it was bad. And I bought another one that was for parts. That was bad. I paid a low price for it. When I got it, tried it, it was bad. As far as being for parts, you know, as far as I know, it was fine inside. So, yep. Good to see Chris. He is telling us aloha and asking if it's Friday. Hey, in some alternate reality, I'm sure it is Friday. So, there you go. It's not Friday on any place on this planet Earth, as far as I know. But,
you never know.
Alright, so do we have any more questions about stuff? So these are items that it's hard to get right now. So we got 2.1 engine bearings, we got 2.1 computers. The wiring harnesses I haven't gotten for about a couple months because of my friend being sick, but he is getting better. We were also talking to another person about possibly getting wiring harnesses made out of the country. And then my friend that had a stroke would be testing them. Okay, so this is another idea that we're thinking about.
So Chris says it's ahala, which Hawaiian is Hawaiian for love, affection, peace, compassion, and mercy. So it's kind of
so
like
it's not
just,
aloha.
It's like peace,
ahalo.
basically.
Okay, ahalo. Which I actually heard that, I think. See, I've watched Lilo and Stitch, okay?
That's not it.
I have watched much Lilo and Stitch, so I know everything
That's
about
the most limited view of Hawaiian
culture.
Have.
I've studied it. I have like a college degree of it because of watching Lilo and Stitch at least 10 times. No, I don't, okay? That's like saying that you know everything about Native American culture by watching like every John Wayne movie. Which, believe me, you don't. Alright, so...
Chuck says hi from Delaware.
Hi from Delaware. Good to talk to Chuck.
And that's
here.
also his last name is Ahala.
Okay.
Ahala.
Oh, Ahala. See, when I see it, it just automatically says...
Cobra
Aloha.
Bubbles.
Cobra Bubbles.
Yes! That was great!
See, Chris has watched it. Alright, so anyway. And yeah, the reason why I watched it is 100% because of this, because of kids. Okay, so there you go.
Oh, Toad Ranger says he thinks he might have two 2.1 liter ECUs.
Yeah.
I have converted to TDI. Want me to send your way to test?
Yes. So what I wound up doing, that would be great. I wound up making a deal with Small Car, and we're swirling again.
It's
Why? Why does it keep swirling? Is it not swirling?
It's swirling for me, but I think it just does that, but it keeps going while it's doing that. So
My daughter loves Lilo and Stitch. Yeah. So, alright, I think it'll come back in a second.
Yeah, it's back for me.
Okay. So, yes, if you want to send me 2.1 ECUs, that would be great. And then I will test them, and then I will actually, they'd be worth more if they're actually work versus if they're just cores. I did have a deal with a Small Car where they did that last week, and they bailed me out. They sent me 6 ECUs, and I tested them. They actually all tested good. So, that helped me a lot. I definitely appreciate that. Austin helped me out. Okay, Austin helped me out, so I definitely give a shout out to Small Car for helping me out last week and get me out of a hole. I had one customer in Canada that ordered 4, so that was one reason we were having issues. And then he also ordered 40 of the chrome trim for the windows.
Goodness.
Yeah, good luck trying to put that order together. We did and got it out of here. But it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. We had to get from multiple sources. And then, one source I wound up having to not get it from because they don't give you enough chrome trim. They only give you enough to do the side windows, but the ones they sell, they don't give you enough to do the windshield and the back window. And so, yeah, I couldn't buy from them. But anyway, we don't want to talk about that. We want to talk about happy thoughts. Okay, happy thoughts. Alright, so we're still talking about things that's hard to get. Let me think if there's anything else right now that's hard to get. I mean, I'm just happy that we're getting through this summer. Oh, people have asked me about fuel line. Okay, that if I'm having a hard time with fuel line. So I've heard this year is supposed to be the rubber apocalypse or something.
Don't
And I'm not sure exactly why. Probably has something to do with India and the coronavirus. Maybe. But anyway, as far as I know, I don't have a problem with fuel line. Okay, I have a bunch. I bought some extra. So I'm like, them old people that bought that toilet paper. And instead I bought a whole bunch of fuel line so I don't have to run out during the rubber apocalypse. Chris says cow look is better. I 100% agree, Chris. But when people say shut up and take my money and they throw money at me, I have to catch it. It's just one of the things. Okay? I mean, am I going to talk this man out of buying 40 trim things that I'm making money off of? No, I'm not. I used to do that. I used to try to do that. But then I decided, you know what? Why am I trying to talk somebody out of buying something, and then I'm not? I'm wasting my time and wasting their time. They're just going to go buy it from somebody else, okay? Just like, hey, if they don't buy from me, they're going to buy from somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to be the chrome trim dealer. Wink, wink.
Get all of the stuff.
The chrome trim dealer, okay? Because they just can't stop themselves. They must have the chrome trim.
Every piece of chrome trim.
Every piece. Do I hate it and despise it? Yes, I do. It is the worst. I love to get rid of it and eliminate it myself personally. But this guy, he's like, I'm in Canada. I'm restoring these things back to original. This is original. I must have it. And I'm like, okay, there you go. I give it to you. I sell it to you. I don't give it. I sell it. What else? Anything else that is hard to get right now? I had a lady call me today about an alternator for the late model bus, like 74, well, let's see, maybe 72 to 79. That alternator, I think that's pretty much over. Okay, so in other words, say you have a bus, you have a 72 to 79 bus, type 4, or it's even 914s, which is weird to me, because usually that stuff keeps going and going. None of my suppliers has any rebuilt ones in stock. I had one about 2 weeks ago. Another person asked, I had one. I got it, sent that one to Canada for another customer. And I told them at the time, like, this is the last one we got. It's not a Bosch unit, but it's another company that rebuilds it. I was actually surprised it came with the pulley, so that was nice. Okay, but say if you have a bus, that range bus with the Type 4 engine, you're probably going to wind up having to get your alternator rebuilt at a local electrical shop. Okay, because it's becoming a nope. Okay, so I just zeroed that out on the site and made it and put an update on there about that. That is sad. Okay, that is where that's at. Another thing that is getting hard to get is a lot of items for the late model Eurovan. Okay, so I've had people contact me lately about, hey, I want to buy something for my child that's more reliable or more modern or whatever. So I'm looking at some people were saying I'm looking at a 95 Rialta, or I'm looking at a 2001 to 2003 Eurovan, and I'm thinking about getting one of those for my child. So there's problems. Okay, what are the problems? So it's a good car, it's a good vehicle, relatively reliable vehicle. Okay, but when you get to the 95 Rialta, the problem you run into is that is like a 1 year only in the USA motor. Okay, so a lot of the parts on that is just for 1995 only. They changed it. So the 92 to 94 in that range, or 92, 93, that's the most of the Eurovans. They actually changed it from that to the 95. So when you get a 95, there's a bunch of things that's different. The exhaust manifold is different. The cylinder head is different. I think even in the block, the pistons are different. Okay, there's a lot of different things that you're wondering, why did they change it? They didn't change it a lot. They changed it enough so that it's not the same. And so therefore, if you try to take the engine from a 93 and put it into a 95, it doesn't work. Okay, it no working. And so, if you're buying a 95 Rialta and you're thinking, I'm going to do this, I'm going to get a motor from a 93, pop it in there. No. And you can find motors from 93s, but you cannot find them for 95s. Why? Because the only car that got a 95 engine is a Rialta. Okay? So the only way to find parts, used parts for it, is to find a Rialta, 95 Rialta in a junkyard. And there's not a lot of them out there, believe me. Okay? So if you're considering that, I would highly suggest to not get that. Okay? The other thing I was talking about, later model Eurovan. So you're like, Ken, now, come on. Like the 99, the 97 to 2003, right? They got the VR6, that stuff. They put VR6 engines in all kinds of Jettas and Golfs and all that stuff. So why is that a problem? Well, here's the problem. So you've got two different versions. You've got 97 to around 2000. Okay, that has one version of the VR6 in it. Then you have 2001 to 2003 that has another version of the VR6 in it. And the problem you run into is that those versions are specifically made for the Eurovan. Okay, so they're similar to the ones that's in the car. Like probably the block is the same. And the head might be similar, but there's also differences. And the problem is that they only sold that car here in the U.S. Okay, so in Europe, you're saying, but in Europe, they sold a lot of Eurovans, so I'll just get the stuff from Europe. All right, well, the 95, right? Let's go back to that. In Europe, that would have been a diesel. So in other words, you're trying to find 95, Eurovan parts in Europe, you're out of luck. Okay, because that would have been a diesel. If you're trying to find, VR6 Eurovan parts in Europe from 97 to 2003, guess what? You're out of luck, because that is a diesel also. They were turbo diesels over there, 4 cylinders. Okay, the earlier ones had some 5-cylinder diesels. So these parts are not actually available. And so the other issue you run into now, so you say I bought a 2003 Eurovan, 2003, okay, so that is how many years old? It's not even 20 years old yet, right? What is a 2003? 18 years old?
Yes.
Okay, see, she knows. So 18 years old, okay, it still has to go through emissions testing pretty much everywhere, and yet on that motor there is all these little swizzles. I don't know what you would call them. I call them silly straws. You know what a silly straw is? It's a flexible straw that you blow in, it makes all these weird noises. They put all of these plastic straw things all over the motor for the emission system. Okay? And in the emissions system of that car, that plastic is all starting to deteriorate, fall apart, die, crumble to pieces. Touch it and it just crumbles to nothing. Okay? And there's no replacement. There is no replacement. Okay? And so, again, what I'm worried about is that unless somebody steps forward and says, I'm going to start making replacement, emissions hoses and pipes for the Eurovan, unless somebody steps forward and says, I'm going to make some kind of a kit so that you can, reseal the valve cover on a Eurovan. They did a dumb thing with the later Eurovans where the valve cover is aluminum, but it doesn't actually have a seal. It doesn't have an actual separate gasket. And so none of the replacement gaskets you buy actually work. And it's really stupid. Because there are replacement gaskets out there that's for like the Jettas and the Golfs. If you look at pictures of it, it looks like the right shape and everything else. But when you try to install it into the valve cover, it won't go in because it's not the right shape of a seal. So now you can't actually seal the valve cover. Like you take the stuff off to do work, you can't seal it. Okay? So there's definitely problems that's coming down the pike, if not already here, for pretty much all of the Eurovans from 95 to the end of the run. Okay, because again, you say you have a engine, a VR6 engine that goes bad, and a Eurovan. The only way to get one is to get a used one out of another Eurovan. Okay, if you need a transmission, okay, for a Eurovan. So in Europe, all their transmissions are manuals. Because again, we're trying to get the most MPG out of this thing and whatever. So again, you're looking at over there, you're not going to get any automatic transmissions whatsoever. Okay, and instead you got just manual. So if you're here, that's all you got is autos. And so getting a rebuilt transmission for a Eurovan is a big problem and an issue. Okay, where are you going to get that from? And I was just talking to Matt Steele about it the other day. And then eventually they're going to run out of parts for the automatic transmissions. So yeah, the sad part is these cars are not bad cars. Okay, but they just don't have the support of the Vanagon or the bus. Okay, so for a Vanagon or a bus, and you want to totally go through it and totally make it to be good, you can do that. You can put it back to original. You can pretty much get everything, except for right now you can't get, a couple of things, but they'll be back. Engine bearings will be back. Okay, but the thing is, for the Eurovan, I don't really see it happening. Unless I do it, unless I take it on. So I've been having this one very famous Volkswagen bus part supplier, who if I name them you would know who it is. And they have been sending everyone that needs Eurovan parts to me. Okay? And then I have to give them the sad news. Or I have to give them, some advice about where to look and this and that. But, they don't want to deal with it anymore. They don't want to do stuff anymore. Instead, they're sending all their stuff to me. Okay? And sometimes I can help people and sometimes I can't. But it's getting harder and harder and harder to get stuff for Eurovans. I don't really know what the answer is unless somebody out there wants to, dedicate their life to Eurovans and try to supply some of this stuff. I mean, maybe there would be enough of demand. I don't know. I don't get calls all the time. I get maybe 2 or 3 calls a week on this stuff. But, yep. Anyway. Alright, so I've been yammering about that for a while. People are talking about coolant pipes.
Fiveable said, do the steel 1.25 coolant pipes on an 85 1.9 go bad often? Seems like the stainless 1.5 pipes are hard to get right now.
Okay.
Jackbox said, I'll wager there's commercial hoses of similar diameter that can handle the extremes in temperature, and don't look in auto shops. Mm-hmm. He said there's an old saying a friend used to say, if you want car parts, go to a bike shop and vice versa. A lot of truth in that. Even my exhaust is off a Kawasaki and costs perhaps $30 on eBay. Ken, you can get silicone pipe in all small diameters, so I guess you can make up a kit.
I mean, so I have had, so as far as I can see, there is like a small bottleneck on some of the coolant pipes. It'll probably just not be that much of a bottleneck though, like maybe in a month they'll be back. Okay, so I wouldn't get too concerned about that. If you can wait a month or so and get those stainless steel pipes, you're fine. If it was me though, fine. If it was me though, I would upgrade to the 1.5 pipes actually. And then you can change your hoses over to match that. That would be a better deal because, just believe me, it's better because of the hose availability. As far as replacing the metal pipes with hose, it is doable. There are some flexible hoses that you can buy that are made for boats. Okay. And I think if you go on the Samba, people have talked about it on there. It's like these green stripe hoses that are basically made for boat cooling systems, and you can get them in a really long length. Probably each pipe is at least 11 feet long. Okay, so yeah, Chris says do an LS swap. Yeah, of course, definitely an LS swap.
I was saying yes, definitely. COVID has slowed everything. Yes, it has. The chat is very laggy.
Is it laggy? Okay.
Like, between there and this one, it's laggy.
Weird.
It's very weird.
But yeah, COVID has slowed things down. There's certain things that are, this like the rubber thing, the source of it, right, is a country that's having lockdowns and doing different things. So that's a definite problem. In the UK, I mean, I've been dealing with trying to get parts and things out of there all summer, and that's been not much fun, to be honest, because they've had so many lockdowns and stuff. But yeah, so I think the stainless steel pipe thing is not going to be a long-lasting problem. I'm pretty sure. Like, if I, looked in a month, I would probably see most of that stuff back in my normal suppliers again. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, a lot of them pipes come from JP Group. I know, Van Cafe was actually making some of their own. I don't like to use theirs just because you have to take the gas tank out to do it. If I was going to take the gas tank out anyway, then I would definitely probably just get them from them. But yeah. Yep. Alright.
Wow.
Brushes from a lawnmower, okay. Okie doke. Jackboxes is so handy. That guy, he just can make stuff happen.
I mean, resourceful on a budget.
Resourceful. You would be good as a bush mechanic in Belize. You would be a good bush mechanic in Belize. Believe me, I've known my fair share of them, and they have to get creative. Okay, you got to get creative. Yeah, you have to cut the firewall just a little bit. It's not that bad. And as far as hanger goes, I usually just get really beefy tie wraps for the long pipes. Yeah, and just tie wrap the heck out of it. That's really my way of dealing with it. So I don't mess with the wire hangers. I just really tie wrap it up with the really wide tie wraps. They're like, I don't know, 1/4 of an inch wide or maybe even bigger. Super heavy duty tie wraps. And just do it every 6 inches all the way from the front to the back. And then, if the future, if somebody has to mess with it, they just call the tie wraps. It comes right out. Yeah, but it'll support it, believe me. There's no problem that way. Now, as far as the wire, I have rebent them and used them too, but the tie wraps work good. Alright, so Jackbox is packing his bags. He's ready to go to Belize now. He's going to be that guy that's on the side of the road.
A new sender.
Yeah, a new sender. Yep, good idea. The old senders get rusty on the top, and they're done a lot of times. Alright, so I'm trying to think of anything else. That is a good point, though, about the long stainless steel pipes. They are being a little iffy right now at this moment. I mean, usually in August, every year, the stock level of stuff goes down. Just because a lot of people in Europe go on vacation. Now, I don't know if that's 100% the case at this second or not, because some countries aren't. But, a lot of people in Europe, this is their time, this is their month to take their vacation. They're trying to take a 2-week vacation. And so anything that can get delayed for a couple weeks is going to get delayed for, the whole entire month or whatever of August. It's actually very normal. Okay? So you put that on top of the COVID lockdowns, and, maybe we'll see some stuff extend a little bit into September, but I think, once everybody comes back to work again and the whole vacation fever is over or whatever for temporarily, then, things will kind of get back to normal. Okay, it'll be back to normal. Alright, so I'm trying to think of anything else. Yeah, it's been not a struggle, but I had to get creative, this past year in sourcing things, having multiple sources, dealing with delays with shipping, which I have ranted about that so much I'm not going to say nothing else about that. Mm-hmm. But it's made me figure out things a little bit better as far as, you buy something, and then if there's a delay, you buy it from another supplier, and then if there's another delay, you buy it from another supplier, and eventually you have 20. You needed 1, you got 20.
Yes.
And then Leah's like, why do we have so much of this? I'm like, because, I needed it for this one order, and it got delayed, and then I ordered it again, and it got delayed from another supplier, and then I ordered it again, and the third time, right? It's kind of like that whole Monty Python thing about, they built the castle, and it fell down and sank into the swamp, and then burnt down and fell down sank to the swamp. But then the third one stayed up. But anyway, if you get that reference. Alright, so, I guess that's it for the moment. You guys weren't on before, so I'm going to reveal my shirt again. Okay, I did go out and buy this shirt on AliExpress. If you're an extra large person, buy an extra large. So whatever size you have, buy the next size up. If you really want to, get these random shirts of diagrams, which you probably don't care about, but now I'm going to be the biggest nerd at the Volkswagen show. Yeah! Take that, other nerds. Alright, so... let's see. Have a new sender. Amazing how much crud came out of the old tank. Oh yeah, there's lots of junk in there.
That's cool.
Yep. I knew Jackbox would appreciate it.
There's that one, and then there were a couple other ones. Wasn't there one of like a diagram of a door with like trim or something?
They were just so random.
They
were just so random. I mean, this one is probably the random one, I guess.
The material is very soft.
Yeah, it's a nice material. You know, it's just, you know, it's a little bit too tight. It's a bit too tight.
A tiny bit.
So, it's Chinese person extra large, which is American medium probably.
Yeah.
So you want to buy like one size above. You should be good. You should be good. I got Steve finally got on here Monday stream. Yes, Steve. We just decided to do it for funsies. Okay, because we slightly a little slow today. I don't know. While we're having the stream, I'm getting a bunch of phone calls, so I guess I'm not slow, but yeah.
I mean, slower than usual.
It's slower than usual. I mean, we come in on Monday morning, and it takes us until 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock Monday afternoon to do all the orders that came in on Saturday and Sunday and Monday morning. Today, it took us until about 11 to get everything done.
Yeah. And
then a couple more orders came in, and we did a couple more. But, you know, it's just enough to keep us busy work. Okay? So, you know, we decided, hey, this is a good time to do the live stream when we're not totally, completely tired, exhausted, wore out, sick of stuff and things, right? We can do the live stream, talk to you guys, enjoy things, okay, and that kind of stuff. So why not, right?
Yeah.
So listen, so we're at 4,200 subscribers. Okay, I'm clapping to you guys. Okay, so I'm clapping to you guys. 4,200 subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. That doesn't cost you nothing, and it boosts us up. Also, when you like a video, that helps us up. Please do that. Costs you absolutely nothing. If you hate it like poison and you want it to die forever, give it a thumbs down. That also helps us and pushes us up. So, you know, I'm not prejudiced. Either way, go for it. Alright, Steve says, nice. I pulled my exhaust heat exchangers and the head for cylinder 1-2. Not having fun. Looks like my head blew and it's compound with carbon built up on number 2. Yep, it's pretty much normal. Well, now when you go to put it back, are you going to put it back without the head? Did it have a head gasket or did it not have a head gasket? Because, you know, Volkswagen did a service bulletin, right, about deleting the head gasket. So that would be, okay. Yeah, I will have to look at that. But yeah, Volkswagen did a thing about deleting the head gasket on the air-cooled, no gasket. Ugh. Yeah, you know, Steve, you're just dealing with the fact that that design isn't really the best. Right? That's all it is. It's AMC heads, okay. No, yeah, they didn't have stuff and things. I mean, if that one cylinder is looking very carboned, maybe it's the injector. Maybe that injector isn't spraying just right or something, or maybe somehow the combustion thing on that one isn't just right for whatever reason. I would definitely suspect injector possibly being a problem. I had Matt Steedle here the other day, and he was talking to me about, we were talking about injectors, and he was telling me that a friend of his actually is making some modern injectors for the Vanagon. So I'm supposed to possibly get some of them, and I'll try them out, put them in my 86 Westie, okay, and see what we can do. Alright, so he says head bolt was loose, but on the outside was fine. Huh, that's weird, yeah. Yeah, it's the heat, heat and it's the heat and cool cycle on that. It's very extreme on the air cooled, where you wind up, going from one extreme to the other. Because of the air cooling, you really get a larger heat range than you do on like a water cooled. They keep it more, they keep it a lot more under control, so you don't get that big range. And that's one of the ways when stuff gets loose. It can be because of that heat range. Do I know the van part? Sug on...
No, never mind.
Okay, so what
Don't say that out loud. I just now figured out what that is.
So this is a banner?
Yeah, I get rid of it.
Okay, we report him.
Yes, I get rid of it.
Unwanted... Yeah, this thing.
Yeah.
Boom. Bye!
I just now, as you were reading it, I was like, oh no, I know what that is. And I was like, no, never mind.
Okay, we got rid of that guy. He's called it, AKA a troll.
Yes.
Okay. Got rid of troll. Alright, so I got Rocky D saying hi. We're saying hi back. Supply chain is definite problem, but are you seeing increase in parts requests? Oh, definitely seeing an increase in parts requests. Yes, definitely 100%. I mean, back in April, we had our biggest month we've ever had, and it was almost double of the April before. Now, for the year, we're up about 20-something% so far. Okay. But that is from last year when we were up 30-something%, and the year before that we were up 30-something%. So, we've had like several years of steady increases of part sales. This year, I would say it is an increase. It's not quite as high of an increase as the year of COVID, as the 2020 year. So 2020 was a really good, probably our best increase ever. But 2021 is still being an increase. Okay, so
Rocky says hi. How's life?
Yeah, man, doing good. We're just trying to keep going, keep helping guys out here on the Vanagon world and getting stuff done, and that kind of stuff. That's the plan. Alright, so, like I said, supply chain is still, being kind of weird, but we're still hobbling along. Free to show the front heater box variable. Yeah, that would be great. Oh, yeah. Yep. Hey, if you look on AliExpress, you will see even more random stuff than that on there, to be honest. This door things and all that kind of stuff. It's very crazy. Alright, well, it's been an hour, guys. I think we're going to call it on this stream. We thank you guys for coming out and being with us. Like I said, please like, share, subscribe. That helps us out. We're super happy that we're over 4,200 subscribers, and so that's great. And we give all that credit to you guys, and also the increase of part sales. Right, a lot of that is from you guys being super faithful to us and helping us out and all that good stuff. I mean, we definitely appreciate it. We don't take it for granted, believe me. Alright, so if you have any questions or any, suggestions for future streams, just let me know in the comments. I will put, at the beginning, we actually showed a bunch of products here. I'm going to put the links for them in the description for the future. So if you want to buy that stuff, you can go ahead and buy it. So that's it, guys. We'll see you guys on the next stream. Thanks for coming out and being with us. Have a great one.